present at the event?
Yes, I was there.
Okay. Okay, let's get to it then. Let's get to it.
I was
so
there.
I want you to sit like slightly straight on the seat.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Perfect,
Good.
perfect. Yeah. So now, how was your experience and why exactly didn't you like it? Because I can just tell like, okay, maybe the experience was good, was bad, but maybe it's the contractual duties that were demanded for. I mean, that's what maybe
Okay.
made you speak out.
I'll break it down the way I broke it down in my video.
Yes.
So I'll just do it again.
Okay.
So I applied for the Dentsu School of Influence, and it's basically, I just saw it online. Actually, I was on Jobsy, because I'm always on Jobsy because I'm unemployed. So I was on Jobsy, I was searching for jobs, and it came up. And usually when I apply, I don't just apply for paid opportunities. Like, I'm okay with going through a mentorship or a training. So because I've been trying to build myself in the content creation like space, and if you go to my pages, you'll see I've been doing digital activism since the mandamanos that happened in June.
Yeah.
That's when I launched myself as a creator for social transformation. Since then, all my content has revolved around femicide, SRHR, the government. Did I mention the government? So just for the record, especially because I think I've seen a lot of people online trying to discredit me that I've been chasing publicity. This is what I do. This is what I use my platform for. So I applied for the Dentsu School of Influence, and I got a call that I was shortlisted the day before. The interview, which was on Saturday. We've been told, okay, you've been shortlisted, and the interview will be tomorrow, but it will be more of a socializing or networking event.
Just to clarify something before we proceed, was it a competition or was it an interview?
At that moment on Friday, when I received that phone call, it was an interview. Okay. We weren't told anything else. We were just called and told it'll be the dopest interview ever. That's exactly what they called it, the dopest interview ever. And the following day, they said it was going to be the dopest interview of our lives, which I thought is very speculative because you don't know what my life is like. You don't know which interviews I've been for. It's very speculative. But anyway, that's me just being microaggressive. But so we arrive on Saturday, and mind you, I had a meeting on Saturday that I had cancelled, and we had been planning for that meeting for like 3 weeks. I was like, guys, we have this opportunity, so I have to cancel. So keep in mind, I'm someone who has cancelled plans to be here. I arrived at 11 a.m. after waking up early and, getting myself ready and giving myself a pep talk. I don't know what to expect. I arrived at Social House, and it wasn't even in Social House, it was in an outdoor area. And we find that the setup is still being done. So I was already very ticked off by that. I think off camera, I said, time is a big pet peeve for me.
Yes.
If I tell you I'll be somewhere at a certain time.
What was the time of arrival?
It was supposed to be 11 a.m.
Okay.
That day I was even running late. I must have reached like 10 minutes after 11. I thought I was late. OMG, I'm late. Like nothing was happening. People were standing like in a line in the sun. And then when you try and stand in the shade, people are telling you, move. People are passing here carrying heavy things. You need to move. And I was just
the setup now is being done.
Yeah, when we are there. So I was already so irritated. And at that point, I did consider leaving. But then, remember, I cancelled plans to be here, So I was just like, okay. And at the end of the day, you're anticipating an opportunity.
Yeah, you just never know.
You just never know. Like, okay, let me just stay. What if I regret it?
They've said it's going to be the biggest thing that's happened in your life.
The dopest thing of our lives, exactly. So about 1 hour later, finally something happens, and they're giving us a QR code to scan. As we scan this QR code, it's a PDF outlining the requirements we'll have to meet for the interview to proceed. So basically...
you didn't know about this part?
No, we didn't know. And I thought they would have said that the day before. They wanted us to make content in real time. We were to post 1 reel, 1 TikTok, 10 Instagram stories, and we've been given a bunch of different hashtags to use. And we've been encouraged to tag the partners at the event. Even though it wasn't said like on the PDF, I think it was written like, you're encouraged to tag the partners, tag our partners. It didn't say like who to tag, but tag our partners. And then the partners are there, they are present.
Did you know that there were going to be brands or partners present at the
We didn't know what to expect.
Okay.
Like you've just shown up and then you're being given this PDF and you're finding a big tent. Yeah, you knew it was going to be an event, networking, socializing event, but also an interview.
Yeah.
So you don't know what to expect,
True.
right? At the same time, they're saying there's going to be, I don't know, partnership, speed dating. So people are going to be able to go and talk to different brand managers and just to talk to them and network with them. Okay, fine. So the event finally is about to start. This is now after, I think, 2 hours. And now another document is being passed around.
What?
It's a contract. Yeah. So now we've gotten the PDF and we know what we are supposed to do so that we can be selected.
Yeah.
And then we get a contract. The contract, I think on first reading it, the first thing that stood out to me, and I'm not a lawyer, but the first thing that stood out to me was no compensation. You know, you're not allowed at any one point to ask for any compensation for any of the content that was made that day.
Yeah.
That's what stood out to me. And of course, reading this for the first time without my lawyer eyes, after standing in line in the heat for 2 hours just to get into the event, like, you just take the pen and you just sign. Because
wait.
imagine we
Hold
just
on. I mean, you know, here's the thing, and it's very important to understand as once you're 18, a lot of legal documents, in fact, any legal document that you sign, you know, says that you've actually agreed to the terms and conditions. But for your case, since you're an advocate or an activist with, you know, like a lot of social issues, did you take your time to go through like everything?
I read the contract.
Yeah.
I said the first thing that stood out to me was no compensation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Which is okay. I mean, I didn't come there expecting compensation for anything, right?
It's an interview.
Yeah, it's an interview. Nobody gets paid for an interview. And someone rightfully said that on TikTok as if I don't know that. But yeah, I do know that. And I'll get to that later. I'll get to why I caused a fuss about it later.
Okay.
The other thing about full ownership, yes, I did understand that at the time I was signing the contract. So they'll have full ownership over the content that we produced that day. Yeah, so I also did understand that. And the other thing was no waiver, meaning you can't come and challenge them if they misappropriate the content that you made. For that, I saw it, but I didn't understand it.
Yeah, exactly. If now you understand it, can you explain like what that means?
Okay.
Maybe?
So basically, no waiver means, remember the first clause is full ownership.
Yeah.
So they have full ownership over the content that you produced that day. I think probably you would have had to use the hashtag. I don't know how it works, but like the content that you produced that day is theirs as long as you've posted it, right? So if they extract that content and edit it,
or use it on their
platforms and whatever, but yeah, so if they use it on their platforms, no compensation means you're not allowed to ask for money just because you've seen that it's been used in an ad.
Okay.
No waiver means if it's been edited in a way that you don't like, or even in a way that misrepresents you and your brand, you cannot sue them.
Okay.
Yeah. Which the last part I understood later. But anyway, I signed the contract. Also, at the time I was signing the contract, I knew in my head that no content means no contract. You understand?
Yeah.
Like, if I don't post, they have nothing over me. So it's okay. And that's why I even said on TikTok, if you feel like you went and you posted and you feel like you signed the contract and you feel like you shouldn't have done that, all you have to do is delete the video.
Okay.
You know?
Makes sense.
That's all. So that's why I signed the contract. It's not that I was stupid or what, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I had already done so much to be there. I was going to get into that event.
And honestly speaking, just to jump in slightly a bit, you know, at times, like even jobs, I mean, I don't know if it's intentional or not, you can frustrate people a bit before you hand out those papers and everything, or before you start serving the food or drinks. Such things happen as just, you know, calculated tactics. Like, you know, it's like almost like a power move. But for my case, I'm just talking about, like, because it comes from experience. I've done advertising probably 7-8 years. I wouldn't go back to it again. But, you know, that's just a story for another day. But, you know, it's almost like a power move kind of. You know, you guys standing in the sun, a little bit of frustration here and there. slight delay, you're waiting for them. And then when the papers come, by the time they come already, you're just like, you know what, let's just get it over with and then to see what the day presents, because we're already done with the worst part, probably.
Exactly. Because that contract, I think, was the worst part, because everything from there was just like vibes, to be honest. And when I say vibes, I mean, it was like a party, you know?
There wasn't like a proper like schedule of events. After 1 hour, we're
First
doing
of
this.
all,
After this, we do this.
there was a program.
Oh, yeah, program. Yeah.
Right? It came in the PDF. But the program already started late.
Okay.
Super late. Like, I think the event started at a minimum of 2 hours late. Let me not say the exact time because I don't know the exact time.
Roughly.
But minimum 2 hours, right?
Okay.
Then it takes a while. People have to get bitings, and then people start making their content. Oh, and by the way, I made content that day. I made content to post, and I even posted it. And then after it staying online for like an hour or something just didn't feel right to me. So I deleted it. Like, I just felt like, wait, what? And because I made content, I know how it felt to be making content in that event. There was no charging stations for our phones. I lent like 5 people my power bank. And by the way, if I lent you my power bank and you're trolling me online, I lent like 5 people my power bank so that they can make content. I had carried my AirPods, thankfully, but if I hadn't, how would I have edited that footage?
Yeah.
It was loud. It was a party. There was a DJ. There was an MC.
Oh, I hear the music was crazy loud, yeah?
The music was really loud. So I'm not like fighting anybody who says like, we had a good time, I had fun, I got to experience this, we had an open bar. I'm not fighting anybody who said that, but I'm just saying that's not why we were there. And if it was about creating a content challenge for us, then create the right conditions. If it's a content challenge, imagine I would want to come and find like, you're giving out mini tripods, maybe you're giving out power banks or charging stations.
A couple of accessories to just make it easier.
If you go to a club in 2025,
actually they
give out
charging
power banks.
Stations,
So why can't you do that at your event, you know? Have a quiet room for editing videos, especially if you're saying there's time allocated for editing videos. I don't know what time that was, but...
So everything was deliverables were supposed to be done and posted before you leave the event or just within 24 hours?
That same day. So I would say, that same day.
Okay. As long as you post something on the same day, now you get shortlisted again, or what was the point of that?
So you get shortlisted again. Now, let me also point out there were over 300 people that were invited.
Okay.
They want to shortlist 100 people.
Okay.
So already there, I think that's a bit... Why then invite over 300 people to only select a fraction of them? The other thing...
I do want to play devil's advocate, right? Because we also do understand, like right now, a lot of people like just from Gen Z, they are really seeking opportunities. And I'm even shocked that it was only 300 people. I think it could have potentially attracted more than 600-700 people. And then now, like, another question is... what was the aim? Like, if you get selected to the school, like, do they give you like a full scholarship? Do you get to learn for free, or now you start paying school fees for them to teach you? Like what's the point of the whole thing?
That's a good question. I didn't have clarification on that. And honestly, I'm telling you, I was telling a group of friends, like, I wouldn't be surprised if they charged us even some small facilitation fee. Yeah. And also with the 300 people, think about context, right?
Yeah.
So the setup when you arrive, there's like on this side, there's like the drinks and the bar. And then on this side, there's a tent with different photo booths. The photo booths are like branded. So they have their different...
brand partners
models, and stuff. Little like fun... I don't know, like Nice and Lovely had beach chairs. Some I don't remember the name of that brand even. Some men's brand had like a shaving seat.
That's Vassman.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Vassman. I don't use it, but shout outs. Yeah.
They had like a seat for getting shaved. I don't know if they were giving people free haircuts or what. So I just found that strange because all these brands there are clients of Dentsu.
Yeah.
We've established that Dentsu School of Influence is Dentsu School of Influence, but Dentsu is an advertising agency.
Wait. So, is it it's an advertising agency, or is okay? What does the school part come in?
Do you want to hear my theory?
Yeah.
I feel like the school part is their way of getting free labor. There's no way of sugarcoating it. Because, okay, let me walk you through it systematically.
Okay.
I've said all these brands here are Dentsu's clients, right? So you have the Dentsu School of Influence, and as part of the application process, you're having people come and create content that boosts online engagement for your clients.
That's brand awareness. They must have had a budget for that.
Yeah, that's what they are paid to do.
Yeah.
As an advertising agency, you're paid to advertise.
So that was actually like an activation, probably.
Thank you.
And clients normally sit down, send like, they have to send, like, Dentsu has to send them like a quotation of how it's going to cost to set up something like this, to invite this amount of people, to feed them, give them drinks and all that. And then those costs are approved by client. And then maybe, if client asks, which a normal client with a good brain will have asked, like, oh, wait, so will we need to pay these influencers? And then, however Dentsu negotiates that, like, okay, maybe give us this much, we can give them maybe, Kenyan influencers. They do love free food and drinks.
That's the problem. But we'll come to that later.
No, we'll get to that. We have enough memory. We have memory. So we'll talk about that.
No,
yeah, okay.
I'm glad that you brought that up, because I've never worked in advertising, but the way I saw it is, maybe as your client, I've paid you X amount to boost my online engagement, right?
Yeah.
For you take that money and you say, you know what would be much cheaper?
Of course.
If we just throw a party, invite a bunch of influencers, but because we can't pay 300 plus influencers to come, we tell them that they might get the opportunity to join Dentsu School of Influence. We give them goodie bags, which, by the way, they'll go home and continue boosting online engagement.
Hey guys, my box.
Unbox with me, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to me, that's how it looked like. It was it was a much cheaper way to get their job done. And they did it. Because even the open bar, I'm sure they had like subsidized rates on account of advertising. Because we're being told, don't forget to use the hashtag, don't forget to use the hashtag, don't forget to use the hashtag. The hashtag is hashtag the bar is set, hashtag the bar is set, And then, like they're pouring drinks and everybody's there taking content. But like at the same time, you're having a good time, but these people are profiting from that. And I'm not saying that we want to profit from that. I'm just saying create a system that's fair, because right now this is what the system looks like. Create a system that's fair. I actually think what Dentsu had in mind is a brilliant idea. Like, let's have a content challenge and see what people can do. Like, we can do a simulation and we have them, create content as if they were creating for an advertisement, right? But why not use neutral photo booths, neutral kind of thing, even if it was just Dentsu, if we were promoting Dentsu themselves.
Yeah.
But the fact that we are promoting people that work, that pay them, that's a clear conflict of interest. That's unethical by all standards.